in downtown.
Don Docking.
I am backstage at Live Talk 2 with Phil Rohn of Saigon Kick and Don Dawkins.
Hi.
Don, I must say, this has been a surprise. We weren't expecting you, and
You're surprised.
What a pleasant one at that.
I had the police show up at my house like 9 o'clock yesterday morning in Manhattan Beach, California, and said, you're going to the airport.
They said, buddy, no, you don't have a choice. I understand that you're a member of Greenpeace.
Yes.
Phil, are you?
No, not yet. Actually, I'm going to sign up.
Are you?
Yeah, I am.
I think this has opened the eyes to a lot of people, you know, to a lot of the problems that are going on right now. How long have you been a member of Greenpeace?
5 years.
So you decided to come and do livestock because of the support for Greenpeace, or just because?
No, I came to have a good time and party and play and do what we do best, which is rock and roll. But, you know, the bottom line is, you know, I live in L.A. and everybody knows it's like one of the third dirtiest cities in the world. The oceans are dead, the fish are dead, everything's dead. I live on the beach. I don't like it. So, you know, I believe that old saying that we don't own this planet, we're just borrowing it from our children.
Exactly.
So I came down to support it because it's good karma.
Mm-hmm. And things like this really do make a difference. You know, I think a lot of people need to start realizing that. So what do you think of these outside concerts?
I love them. We've done them. About 4 or 5 of them. Done a couple, did one in Orlando a couple of months ago, actually. It's great. It's a great gathering of people. Everyone's partying, having fun, and like Don said, just playing rock and roll, you know. It's a lot of fun.
Absolutely. And it's an all-ages event, which is something that...
Yeah, it's nice because, I mean, not the all ages, it's kind of silly. That's like kind of typifying that people only listen to rock and roll for 20, it's baloney. Or people only over 18 years. I mean, you shouldn't say under 21, over 21, it's kind of, it's not right. Outlet festivals are better because it's more of a lighter atmosphere, less pressure on the bands, I think.
Sure.
They just go up there and go, you know, have a good time. It ain't like, okay, the intro tape comes on, the lights go out, you know, and the pressure's on. It's more light, it's fun, and it's just having a good time for the weekend.
Absolutely, and the bands backstage seem to be having a blast. You know, 98 Rock, as a rule, are the groundbreaking station for a lot of up-and-coming bands. And I think this is sort of a chance for them to get together along with our local bands.
With Saigon Kick, so stay tuned.
I'm dreaming it all away. I can't find the words to say, but somehow I feel it so.
It's new.
You are watching a Livestock 2 special. Say that 10 times quickly. Let me let you in on a little secret. We were going to try and bring you something very special tonight. We tried to arrange to have Saigon Kick here. However, due to circumstances beyond their control, we found out this afternoon that they couldn't be here, but sometime within the next couple of weeks they will be live on tracks. We'll let you know when they will be, and they'll do some acoustic stuff. We'll, as usual, be giving away CDs and posters and whatever else we can get our hands on. But since they couldn't be here live, we did an interview with them at Livestock 2, and sit back, relax, because this one's a little long. Saigon.
We are backstage at Livestock 2 with Phil and Tom of Saigon Kick. Guys, there's a slight nip in the air tonight. You're going to go out there and heat things up for us?
I'm hoping so, yeah.
I think so, yeah. Been waiting all day, so.
I'm real anxious to see your show. Haven't seen you guys since the Rocket Club, and I understand since then you've been to Japan and, done all sorts of neat stuff. Tell us a little bit about what's going on right now with Saigon Kick.
Nothing, like I said, we just went to Japan. We played with Ozzy at the Budokan. And right now, not really. We've just been writing a lot, but, you know, just the new record stuff. No future plans right now. We're checking into a lot of things, but things change every day, so.
Nothing is confirmed as this business goes.
But, yeah, we've just been writing and stuff and rehearsing, so.
What are the audiences like in Japan? They always say that, you know, the European audiences are, for starters, but they always say say that European audiences are just, so hungry for music that they're absolutely phenomenal. Did you guys find that with the Japanese audiences?
Yeah, very much. It's weird because they have like a loud roar and then they quiet it down. I guess from what I understand is that they give you the respect so you can talk. They want to hear. They have no idea what you're talking about, but they let you speak. And Europe too is great. They really get into the band. They like good bands, and we were a little scared going over there. We didn't know how we were going to get treated, but we got treated great. It was a lot of fun.
How would you categorize yourselves? I mean, I go to a concert and I see everything from skinheads to people that look a little alternative to hard rockers. Do you find that you really have, you really run the full extreme with your audiences?
Yeah, the music that we put on the record was from pretty much from A to Z, and I think that's the kind of crowd we're seeming to draw. People, the first time they see us, really don't have any idea of what to think or what to expect. So I think that it's real good for people to really go with an open mind. So it's real hard, when people are. A lot of bands, when you listen to the first song on the record, you've heard the whole record pretty much. And us, it's not even close.
Right. Well, you weren't here earlier, but Phil was, and Don Dokken had some awfully nice things to say about the band.
How much did you pay him?
Yeah, it cost me like $200 for him to know.
It's 200. Is that it?
He gave me. Yeah, Don did say some nice things, and I don't know. We since the beginning, we've always said that we wanted to do something different, I mean, because all of us have gone to rock concerts and been bored with the same old thing, or putting a record on, like Tom said, and you get one song throughout the whole record. And we just drew from all of our influences. We're lucky that all four of us have different influences, and we just drew from everything and got this music together, that we like to call, like, just music. There's no category. It's like Saigon Kick music, so...
And you're also a video band, and I ask this a lot, but do you think it's essential nowadays for a band to have a video if they want to make it?
I think so, because for some reason, I think that fans, if they don't see you on MTV, they don't think that you're doing anything, even if you have a record out. For some reason, I guess, being on TV, you're larger than life or whatever. And, I mean, Metallica did it without it. You know what I mean? If you want to do it, the long way, no, I don't think you need a video. But if you want to do, like, overnight success, yeah, MTV definitely doesn't hurt. And, I mean, we'd love to be on it. Everyone would. But, yeah, video, I think, is a big part of it, sure.
I'm sorry.
No, I think that's a good thing by saying that I think we've done well overseas in Japan and in Europe. We've sold a lot of records there. We've probably sold as many records there as we sold in the United States.
Really?
And they're a lot smaller markets, and I think that's because over there we were able to get the MTV play, and over there it's more, like Phil said, the attitude of where if a band is good, they like you. Over here it's if you're the flavor of the month, or if, oh, well, he thinks they're cool, so they're cool.
Sure.
Like here you find the same band, the same fans that end up buying Vanilla Ice will go out and buy Skid Row next week, and then they'll even buy a Metallica record. But I think that they're the kind of people that are swayed by whatever's hot for the month.
Yeah.
So that's why bands fall, you know what I mean? That's why you get a band that has a hit single, like Tom said, the flavor of the month. You know what I mean? And girls think he's cute, or, oh, I love this, and then, then the better-looking guy comes along, and then that band fades out, So our philosophy is we rather start slow and build the foundation. You know what I mean? Build the fan base that's always going to be there for us. 10 years from now, 20 years from now, Rolling Stones, Queen, Zeppelin, like, those bands will always have fans. Always. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. And that's what we like. That's
also,
what we like to do.
We're probably coming from the ugliest band in rock and roll.
There you go.
And that...
Speak for yourself. But anyhow.
But I am. But,
But seriously, you guys have been together, like, what, 3 years?
It was 3 years in October.
Okay, you've come a hell of a long way. 3 years. I mean, bands aren't even getting off the ground that have been together that long. So it says something not only for the band, but the music,
I think we got really lucky to find, we all got together with the same kind of attitude, and we didn't care if we had to sell our mother to make this happen. And that's the kind of attitude
I sold
it took.
mine.
You got a good price.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Now, actually, one thing I have to say is that the time that we did come out, we just did things a lot different than any other band. And not different in the sense that, that every band can do what we did. We just, like, took the time and did things like promote our shows and, like, cared about our music and rehearsed. A lot of bands don't rehearse, you know what I mean? We rehearse 7 nights a week. 7 nights a week we rehearse. That's the way it was.
all
I mean, we
holidays,
took
that's
some,
all we
yeah,
do.
I mean, we played our shows on Thanksgiving. I mean, we played all the time, and, you know, we really promoted the band. In South Florida, we're from, you know, Miami, Fort Lauderdale area, there wasn't anything happening there. So we pretty much rose over all the bands because there wasn't anything there. There was no music scene. And now there's a music scene. 4 bands got signed out of there so far, you know, and it's, when we were in Europe, everyone goes, oh, you guys are from Tampa, right? And we're like, no, why? He goes, well, that's where all the bands are coming from. You know, it's like, no, we're from South Florida. Oh, really? You guys have a music scene? Because everyone, you know, because all the thrash bands come out of Tampa, the heavy bands. Right, so everyone thinks we're from Tampa, you know, just because no one believes that Fort Lauderdale's on the map. And that's what kind of scene we came up in. So it was kind of easy to get over and be like, you know, over all the bands and draw attention to us, like, you know, the record companies and everything like that, so.
You know, you were talking a little bit before about the flavor of the month. I'm going to ask you something. What makes a hit these days?
If I knew that, I'd
Yeah.
package it and sell it to every
Obviously.
band in the United
Really?
States.
Obviously, you guys must know because you've got them. You know, but what, in your opinion, is it
To
songs
us,
about?
we don't, you know, it's kind of like one of those things where we just sit back and we play our music the way we feel comfortable with it. And you have to satisfy yourself first. And I think once that happens, and if it translates out and the song works for us, then it works for other people. And I think that's where it's at. I think most of the bands...
You can't sit down and do that. You can't sit down and go, well, this is going to be a hit, because nobody knows. You know what I mean? You're talking about Guns N' Roses took a year to hit. You know, I mean, who knows what's going to happen? You can't even predict it, you know? And like Tom says, you play what you feel. And if you try to be fake, you know, you're going to be nothing. You know, no one's going to like you anyhow. And, you know, you play what you feel. If it hits, it hits. What makes a hit? No one knows. No one can tell you.
That's one of the things that makes bands like the Stones and Aerosmith and bands like this that are resilient for years and years. You know, I think there's other bands that are good, but I think that, you know, eventually they get swayed to play a different thing that's not actually them, or they get hooked on the hair thing, the makeup thing or something, and the focus goes away from the music, and I think that's why a lot of bands fall.
Do you think that nowadays it seems to be like that? We seem to have a lot of flash-in-the-pan bands, and image seems to be so important these days, and you think that the music is somewhere getting lost in the image and the hair and
Well,
hairspray?
you get like bands like Alice in Chains now. Now we have 200 bands like Alice in Chains. You know what I mean? It was like Guns N' Roses came out, we have 100 bands like Guns N' Roses. That, you know, and it's like, these bands, you know, the record companies, I don't know why they do it. How, you know, they go out and they sign all these bands that are like Guns N' Roses, and they know that they're not going to do anything. Guns N' Roses is the band. You know what I mean? And that's the way it is these days. Bands just like, you know, one-hit wonders, and, you know, you talk about bands that sold millions of records, and you go, where the hell are they now? You know? And that happens a lot. And I think, for one reason, I think that they're not playing what they feel. You know, because they put out one record and they like it, and maybe they copped it off of someone else, and then they can't do anything for their next record, and then all of a sudden everything just goes right down the, you know, right down the drain. You know, and we believe on playing what we feel. You know, and if it means that we're going to play clubs for 10 years, then that's what we're going to do. You know, we're not going to change our way to get, you know, a #1 single. As much as you want one, you know, but, you know, we wouldn't change our ways. This is the way, you know, this is the way we play. This is the way, you know, the Saigon Kick album, that's the way we write.
I think what you're talking about with the flash-in-the-pan bands, I think that there's bands like Phil said that are coming out now, like Alice in Chains and Soundgarden and us, and other bands that have that aren't afraid to play something with like a, you know, a rap beat in it, or something else with like, you know, a classical thing or something. I think that we're pushing the bounds of where music was, where, you know, there's other bands where you hear one song and that's it. That's all the depth they have. I think that that's something that's starting to come back. There were bands, you know, in the old days like Queen, the Beatles, and Zeppelin that, you know, they put out a song that was so mellow and put you to sleep, and the next song would be rocking your face off. And that's kind of the same way that we feel. You know, that's the kind of philosophy that drives us.
Absolutely. Well, I know that we are all very anxious to see you play tonight. Aside from Livestock 2, when are you going to be in Tampa again?
I'm probably never going to leave. I love this place.
All right. We like to hear that.
There's no plans right now. Who knows, you know? Whatever happens, happens. There's a couple of things we can't talk about. But you never know. Some surprises might happen. So it could be sooner than we think. But we can't really talk about them right now.
It's a top secret.
Okay.
Confidential.
Well, I don't have to wish you luck because it seems like all of a sudden Saigon Kick took us by storm, and I just think that, you know, there's only one place that you guys can go, and that's continue going up.
Well, thank you very much. I think there's a lot of things, especially in the Tampa area, you know, we really have to thank 98 Rock. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
them and YNF, I mean, especially 98 Rock is pushing the hell out of this band. And if it's not for people like Greg Mall just pushing it to the wall, I mean, it'd be hard for us to continue to do what we're doing. You know, those people are taking a vested interest in us and making sure that it's happening, and that's the bottom line.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said the same thing before, you know, when we were talking with Don, 98 Rock, I mean, what they've, you know, putting this stuff on, you know, to get bands out there is incredible, and they've helped us so much over here. You know, I wish every radio station was like them, you know.
That's one reason why I want to come back and, like, stay here. The radio station's incredible. The people are just super, super nice. It's like, why go home?
Yeah, I don't know what this scene's like in Miami, but we have an awful lot of things here for the local bands.
Right.
We have, you know, obviously shows like this. We have the radio stations that are involved and local publications that really back the local bands, and that's so important, you know, and obviously coming from where you guys are from.
I think that South Florida, speaking of Fort Lauderdale, needs more of that. 103 She over there has a local show, and they play 2 hours on Sunday night. They play local bands, and they support the bands. But you know, the clubs over there, they don't support bands because now they're supporting us. Yeah, you get a record deal, and you know, you sell out a club. Now they're your best friend. You know, where were you when we needed you? And they don't do that over there as much as they should. And I think that they definitely should work on that. You know, and that's really cool that Tampa has that. And I think that's why, look at the numbers of bands that have come out of Tampa compared to our, you know, that's why no one knows that Fort Lauderdale's on the map, you know. So
But hopefully we can put it on the map.
Yeah,
and
I think
bands
you
like
have.
us and
I really think you have.
bands like us, Nuclear Valdez, there's a couple other bands that come out of our area that are really, they're scratching and clawing their way up, you know. And that's
I'll tell you guys, my show is aimed a lot at musicians and a lot of local musicians. Is there anything that you can say to them that might, any words of inspiration, anything like that?
Don Dokken rules.
He said it all. What can I say?
No, as far as for local bands, I always say believe in what you're doing, play, you know, from your heart. Don't sell out and play something that you don't want to play just for the sake of making it. Play what you believe in. It might take a little longer. Never give up and have confidence. You know what I mean? Because that's all it is confidence. And just hang in there and do it. You know.
That's the bottom. I can't say nothing more. So
Alright.
you're eloquent. I love you.
Eloquent.
Thank you.
Saigon Quick. They're Saigon Quick.
Saigon
Kick.
Saigon Quick.
We are quick.
Saigon Kick. They are eloquent.
Dyslexia right here.
Absolutely. Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you, guys.
Thank you.
All right. Is this thing on?
Again. Hey, you know, did you guys notice that we all were wearing like the leather, the black tight pants? I think all I needed was like the hip sack, and maybe I could have been a member or something.
The band Saigon Kick, and a band that you probably heard me talk about because I'm a pretty big fan of these guys. Now, something about the new record. The new record is out, and it's called The Lizard, and it's a little bit different than the other one. Well, I guess as it should be, being a new record.
Yeah.
I mean, tell me a little bit about the new record.
It's just more like the last record. I think we were a little less focused as to what we wanted to do because being a new band, you're trying to like funnel all your influences correctly. And this record, we just grew a little more, and I think this record is still diverse, but I think there's more of a line running through the whole record as opposed to just
a scattering.
Now, when you talk about influences, your influences, I imagine, are very varied, because on the first album, as well as this album, it goes in a whole bunch of different styles, to being real heavy, to being very melodic, almost Beatles-ish, in a sense.
Well, I mean, anything from the Beatles to Queen to Bad Brains to Killing Joke, U2. I mean, it's just all over the place. You know? Just big music fans in general. So as long as it's done with conviction, we're pretty much fans of it.
Now, tell me about the recording of this album.
Well, we went to Sweden because we heard about an engineer. And
that's not the real reason you went there, though. That's the real reason you went to Sweden.
Well, no, what actually happened was we were going to record this record with Mike Wagner, but he was completely booked up for bass.
He did the first album, right?
Yeah, exactly, and he was just non-stop booked up. So, you know, we felt, you know, people have, you know, Saigon Kick in their head right now, so we wanted to get a record out as soon as possible, and we just had to bust it out. So we figured, if we're not going to work with Mike, we don't want to work with anybody. So we wanted in our organization. So we looked around for records that the band had produced the record with a great engineer, and we found this guy named Ronnie Latti in Stockholm. And that's really the main reason. I mean,
so you kind of produced it yourself, right?
Jason produced it, yeah.
Wow, pretty well. Right now we're going to play a video from you guys. This is brand new. This is Hostile Youth from Saigon Kick.
I think they deserve a bad rap. That's about it for this day in rock. We'll be back on Wednesday night with Susie and the Banshees' Batman Side Trip.
Brand new. This is Hostile Youth from Saigon Kick. That was Saigon Kick with Hostile Youth, and we're here with Matt and Jason from the band Saigon Kick. And in the video, it looked like you were like hanging outside of a helicopter. I mean, it looked pretty dangerous.
Yeah, basically what it was is, in the beginning they're like, okay, Matt, you know, you've never been in a helicopter before, but there's 2 bars you can hold on to, and we're going to basically film the part where it's I can see you falling faster, your life is on the wall, and it's going to be over these pyramids. So,
this is in Mexico?
Yeah, we're in Mexico.
Jungles of Mexico.
And I started holding out, and the guy's like, yeah, it's good, but it's not good, you know, because it looks like he's holding on to something. So, you know, they said, don't let go, and I let go, you know, and the helicopter's sideways. And
fell out of the helicopter and died. New replacement.
Yeah, but, you know, it was pretty cool, you know, because I had a seatbelt on, but, you know,
Scary.
in Mexico, you really can't trust the seatbelt, you know. It's like a 1902 helicopter, and, you know, the pilot's like,
Had like a crank on
he
the
had
front.
like 9 million guns in there, and
he normally goes and like dusts, I guess, drug dealers' crops with his helicopter. So he's like,
And in between gun running, he makes a couple rock and roll videos.
exactly.
yeah, but it was cool. You know,
logical.
the whole band was still alive. I mean, Tom jumped off this off the top of this cave into the water, and it had to have been 120 feet. And it was where they had virgin sacrifices, like
In
500.
the Mayan.
Now, how do you find these places to do videos?
Well, they kind of call out to us, Ricky. No, it's just...
Like, I know about this place in Mexico where you...
No, actually, the director, this guy named Mark Rocco, had done, he filmed, I think, Perry Farrell's new movie with James Addiction. Gift, I think it's coming out soon. And we got to work with him, and he'd done some stuff with Perry down there. And I guess that's how we started finding all these, you know, locations.
Okay, we're going to be talking to guys from Saigon Kick when the Headbangers Ball continues, and we'll also have a debut from Slick Toxic, so please, don't you go nowhere.
Your issues.
Bangers Ball, we're here with Matt and Jason of the band Saigon Kick, and we were talking a little bit about the video and the new album, which is called Lizard, which is out in your stores. And maybe you could tell me a little bit about songs like My Dog.
That's a song that I wrote basically kind of for him musically, because his dogs kept getting
My
run
Dog,
over.
and you wrote about it for him.
No, his dogs, see, there's this thing, he had a lot of dogs at one point, and one by one, these terrible things kept happening. They kept getting run over.
One way or another.
One way or another for some reason. And me having a really sick sense of humor, I decided to write this song for him.
Is it very emotional every time you perform that song?
Well, no, every time, see, he wrote this one lick, and I just...
No pun intended. Being
Yeah. Well, what happened? It was, I just kept hearing in my head, oh no, he's dead, and then, okay, I'm going to write this about
But the
him.
song kind of like a manic thing. It like kind of captures the emotion of walking out the front door. I mean, every kid in their childhood has had like a pet be squashed or something like that.
Yeah, and I don't think...
Out of every song for me to pick on the record, I picked the one about getting dogs getting run over. Okay, let's talk about World Goes Round.
That song was just basically about, kind of like, at one point I was a big fan of some of the Anne Rice books, like Interview with the Vampire and stuff like that, and it's kind of, talks about kind of going into like an underworld type trance and kind of subliminally floating around and doing different things like that. So it's got a lot of twists and turns lyrically that, you know, you could take one way or another.
So definitely this album goes in a lot of different directions, from dogs being run over to taking...
Yeah, the vampires. I mean.
Okay. Real quick, you guys got tour plans?
Yeah, we're starting to tour, and actually we're starting in New York City at the Limelight on the 20th, and then we're going to Miami.
Which is where you're from, sort of. The band is based in Florida.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Playing the Cameo Theater, I think the 26th, and then we start there.
Real quick, before we go, thrash is very popular in Florida, isn't it?
That death metal scene's really big in Tampa and stuff like that.
Now, did you come out of what scene, or was it just the rock
Actually,
scene?
there's a huge dance scene and a huge rap scene in Miami. And, you know, there is a rock scene, but it's just breaking out now. And, but the time where we really got signed out of those, you know, Luke was happening with Two Live Crew, you know, Gloria Estefan was like the big thing. But in Tampa, about 300 miles away, every you know, there's
a lot of great rap.
Some death metal bands coming out.
Well, I've seen you guys live, and definitely it's a good live band, fun one to check out. Good luck with the record and everything else.
All right.
I'm sure we'll be hearing more from Saigon Kick in the future. Slayer with War Ensemble now. We were talking...
The record Lizard, how's it different from your debut record?
It's basically just in a, you know, we expanded on the first record, like everybody says, you know, it's just, it's a pretty diverse record, and I think it's gonna, you know, it's working really well, so I don't know how much different it is in the first record. I mean, it's selling records, that's probably the main
And one of the reasons is Love Is on the Way, which you're about to play. But so are you afraid that people are going to think that you're like a ballad band, or that they'll have like the wrong notion about your band from hearing the ballad first?
I mean, in a sense, I can worry, but I mean, our albums are more diverse than your average rock band doing one ballad. So I mean, there's stuff on there for people who like the ballad, and then there's stuff on there for people who want to get ridiculously out of control too. It's
so,
just
for the people who just heard the ballad, like, how would you describe your band?
I would say versatile.
Versatile.
Being able to do anything. I mean, our favorite band is the Beatles, so Beatles would do anything. You had Dear Prudence and you had Helter Skelter on the same record, so why not? I mean, we got tired of being pigeonholed, so try anything and wing it. You know, if ballad's great, so is a really heavy song like Hostile Youth. Try anything.
What about you got a great reputation in Florida for your live gigs. What's your tour schedule like right now?
We'll be on the road for the next year. We've been out for, what, a month and a half?
Something like that, yeah.
And
basically just keep going until no one will listen to us anymore.
yeah, what we're doing is right now we're just busting out in the clubs and letting people know what kind of a live show we do have, rather than going on a big tour playing 45 minutes and, you know, playing Love Is on the Way and a few other tunes. We're playing an hour and a half and letting everybody see the whole part of Saigon Kick. So,
what's your favorite quote from Spinal Tap?
Come on, Chris.
David, smell the glove is here.
David, smell the glove is here.
Hello,
Janine.
Okay.
That's a good one.
What's the next video from the Lizard?
Probably gonna be For All I Want, which is a pretty upbeat song on the record. It's a lot of textures in it, so it's pretty cool.
Okay, cool. Well, thanks for stopping by, guys.
all right.
Thanks. Hey, nice to see you.
So stay tuned. We're going to hear some live jams. We're going to get an audience inside here. So stick around. Love Is on the Way is next. Playing Love Is on the Way.
Lonely sidewalks, the silent night, bring the evening
Saigon Kick. Thanks for coming by, guys. That sounded great. Right now, here's a video. Well done. Hey, man. Great voice.
What are you doing? Get one for me then. Oh.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. This is the best paper I have.
That over here is fine. Are you going back to the hotel now?
Get the other one, Joe.
Oh, you are? Because I wanted to like.
Get the other one.
Beforehand, but.
Yeah. Chris, everyone's at the venue now. Everyone checked out at 3.
Really?
Yeah, so everyone should be at the venue.
What do you need? Just my name?
Yeah. Whatever's on your ID.
Sure.
Yeah, that'll work. Christine, I don't know if you remember this, but when we played James Lane in December, I was up there on stage with you. I'm friends with Jeff Scott.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And one of the guys in his band comes on with me. And
Oh, okay. Who's this to?
Susie. S-U-Z-I.
It's gonna be a very boring tape.
Huh? No, we're going home. We are so home. We need to party. Alright, so yeah, just if you want to like get one of those guys, you could try the arena. I'm going down there now, and I don't.
Yeah, well, I have to pick up my ticket. I bought it from somebody.
Okay. Well, I'll leave your passes at the front then, so you can come back at least.
After the show?
Yeah, as soon as Extreme goes on, they round everyone up and then they come back.
Extreme, but I'm sure.
It's only like 5 minutes. I mean, it's really, as soon as they go on, you go back, you can move, and they play for 2 hours. You're not going to miss.
Well, I saw them.
Yeah, nice.
I saw them. I want to tour with them.
Wait, what? Oh, David LaRock, yeah. Nice bunch of boys.
Yeah, I gotta go pick up my ticket in Tampa. I'm hitting safety, and I'll probably swing by the arena, soon.
Okay. I'll just go to wherever and pick up your thing.
Okay, and tell Chris, and Robbie. Robbie's here with me.
Not much light, Joe.
M-D-Y?
M-I-N-D-Y? That does my car. I'm like, how does this song? Look.
You already did something?
No, that's what I'm going to now.
That's why I rushed down here,
Well,
because I drive.
Extremes is.
I drive like an hour and a half, 2 hours to get down here to the show. Plus,
Are we
we're in
done?
my unit somewhere.
You're nuts.
Where are you coming from?
You guys got everything?
Yeah.
April?
Thanks
All
a
right,
lot.
yeah, see you later.
Where did you come from?
We're talking about taking all these pictures and I take like one.
I know. I don't know, ladies are getting his autograph.
Yeah, okay.
You should have stayed in the car.
Records to keep doing it. But I mean, the first thing is that we do the best we can do, and we do what we want to do, and Atlantic's letting us do what we want to do right now. So until we get kicked off the label, we'll keep doing it.
No longer searching for the light within the tower of